Yo, welcome back to this channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how should you manage your money. So when I first started thinking of this, I guess buying investment property, it all comes down how good you are with your own personal money. That's the easy part. How good you are. If you're good enough, your money will run you. People always say that, but like I guess a lot of successful people say that, like you're in control of your money, or money will control you. So my tip, if you're thinking of doing this, creating wealth or creating passive income or buying investment property or thinking of how to retire young, let's say, or not relying on your job or anything to do with passive income while you're still working, in a sense. When I first started is this: split your money 3 ways. So we split our money in, like, for every time you get a job, every time you get paid, let's say, you split it into 3 ways. One of them would be for your expenses, like your day-to-day expenses, your fixed expenses, rent, phone bill, food. That would be your for you to just breathe in this earth. How much is it actually costing you? So obviously little things like food, you can't get away from that. What I meant by food is not takeout, it's actually your grocery shopping type of food. You need to figure out your budget on that. So put that aside. Rent, obviously, it's a fixed expense that you can't get away with. Transportation, depending if you're just using it for work and back, and that's sort of a fixed cost. Maybe you put a little bit more on the weekend. I'm talking about transportation, public transport, not taxi, not going on an aeroplane. Like that's just beyond your everyday expenses, let's say. So that's your expenses, fixed expenses. The other one would be set aside whatever left over for let's say saving. That's saving as an emergency fund. Like I have a couple of bucks here and there just in case if anything happened to you. I look at that, I guess roughly it's about 3 months worth of your typical whatever wage it is. So just in case if you lose your job or circumstances change or emergency, you need to go to hospital or something, and I've reached it out roughly about 3 months. That's just in the bank ready to go. Then beyond that, it would be invest on something that's going to make you money. That's it. That's it. But there's more to it. So in that saving, I split that into 2, as I mentioned. One of them would be emergency fund, the other one would be for investment. So like a long-term saving, let's say. Your long-term saving would be either buying stock if you're into a stock. I'm not, but some people do. Buying a deposit on your house. I was thinking of saying a car, but yeah. Buying, like, that would be your biggest hurdle, I guess, in some people. Like if you started young, I kind of wish I actually did that when I was starting on my job career, let's say. Have split that into 3 ways, in a sense, like you're allocating your money pretty much where it needs to be done, where it needs to go, let's say. Now with your expenditure, on the other hand, you kind of need to figure out what, like if you're figuring out your budget, obviously you need to understand how much you're actually spending. If you're spending more than what you earn, you're not gonna go ahead, you're not gonna get ahead in life. So do whatever it takes in order for you to, I guess, minimize that expenditure, closing the credit cards, stop buying things on a budget, second hand. I did that. I still do. It becomes a habit to me, I guess. You know, not buying expensive product, buy generic product. You know, I look at product these days is actually based on functionality, not the physical brand. Yeah. So, for example, this shirt. This shirt. I think my wife bought this from Kmart or Target. Because for like I can get 5 of this shirt for one like expensive branded shirt. So like you gotta look at it that way. You know, instead of going out for or buying lunch every day, maybe take home lunches. And then the other one would be, instead of taking Uber, for example, because you're tired, your life is kind of short. Like it is sometimes I look at taking little things like that, like a luxury item, catching an Uber here and there. Like I call that a luxury, catching an Uber. So I would rather catch public transport. So that's that. I did work for two jobs, I think 2 or 3 jobs, somewhere around there, at one stage in my life. The way I look at it, if I can achieve this goal of passive income or earning passive income, I don't have to work as hard tomorrow in the future. So, and like I said beforehand, you gotta be a bit different than anyone else. You really do. Like you have to think of, it's kind of be a bit dull, boring and mundane, and sometimes people just laugh at you. But now I look at it, looking at my peers, looking at all my colleagues, they're all still in a job. They're all still working in that 40-hour week. They're still hustling, bustling, working full time, where I choose not to do that. I don't want to do that. And that's why I'm here. That's why I created this channel, because if you're thinking like buying an investment property or creating a passive income, the little steps that you do in a regular basis means a lot. It can get like along the way. Okay, for example, my wife and I used to buy branded stuff. Don't get me wrong, I think everyone's go through that stage, because throughout our life, our peer, our surrounding, our psychology, in a sense, it has been built in a way that society needs. Everyone tells you to buy new things. Doesn't help when you watch TV. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I don't do. We don't watch TV. We don't watch like mainstream TV, free on air TV. We don't have Netflix. I was thinking of getting a Netflix at one stage, and I'm like, that's like $15 a month. I know it's not much, but I didn't end up doing it because there's no need. There's no need of watching TV. What I like about YouTube is if you search hard enough, you'll find whatever information that you need. Like it's an information driven by other people like myself, or like other creators out there who actually achieved it, whatever it is that they dream of. In some cases, you're only watching something funny, like a cat video or so. But yeah, like we have TV at home, but we don't really utilize it to watch TV. Very rare that we watch TV, because I've noticed that to my kids at the age of 3, when you put them shiny brights and moving things, they get glued to it. I was so amazed, and they're not being creative about it. It's like a zombie. Once we were at the restaurant yesterday, and it's amazing. Like it's fascinating in the sense of, with no TV, we were interacting, we were eating, we were like when there's no TV in the background or so. Now he hasn't exposed to a lot of TV time or screen time, and I was amazed that he was glued to it, and it's not good. Like, wow, like we've been conditioned a certain way that watching TV is sort of like an everyday thing. But if you break that habit, if you don't watch TV, you're not gonna get advertising in your face. YouTube probably gonna give you like 2 or 3 advertising throughout the whole period of the information, whereas TV, every 10 to 15 minutes you have like 3 or 4. So, and it's endless. And because we don't watch TV, we don't get advertisement. Because of that, we don't have a need, like a want. Like the way I look at it is, advertising there is for you as a consumer to buy whatever product it is that they're being shown to. Like the amount of time that I see a lot of advertising, I even mute it these days when I look at advertising on TV. So and I think that helps me a lot, like helps my wife and I a lot, because we don't watch a lot of TV. We don't go to the shops. Oh, that's the other thing. We only go to the shops on like to do our grocery shopping. We're not going there literally for browsing or for, well, that's interesting, for browsing around, because majority of the things that we have them already. Majority of the stuff that you need, you already have them. You don't need any more stuff. And on top of that, let's say clothing, you probably have, like, you can get clothing, like we were thinking of buying clothing just because it's New Year's, and I'll look at it, is it a want or a need? If you have enough shirt, if you have enough, jackets, you don't need any more new stuff. So, and I'm at the stage of, I guess, a family where it's growing kids. The amount of stuff that we're giving away, it's quite a lot. Like the amount of stuff that we accumulate throughout the years, quite a lot as well. And we try to minimize that. Now I look at it, try not to buy lots of stuff. You don't really need a lot of stuff. So the less stuff that you have, the better it is for you. As if you clear your mind, what was it, like somebody mentioned that if you have a cluttered house, I mean you have a cluttered mind. So, and you're not focusing correctly. So I try to minimize all the stuff that I have. I try not to have a lot of stuff that is in my possession. The best way would be if you don't touch it within 12 months, it needs to go somewhere. Either 1, throw it in the bin, or 2, if it's still working, then maybe donate it. Or if not, if you can, would be try to sell it yourself. So that's going back to the money. The less stuff you have, the less stuff you want. The less stuff that you want, the less stuff you buy. The less stuff you buy, that means you're gonna have more money in your pocket. The more saving that you have, the better it is that you feel. Because, like, I don't know about you, but I've gone through my life where I don't have $100 in my pocket. So I went. It's so scary when you get up to that life, and I don't want anyone to do that in their life. And it's not good feeling, the sleepless night that I had, and it's not fun. So if you are looking at this journey, a simple fact is, yeah, you kind of have to understand where your money is going. Every single dollar, split it into 3 ways. Hopefully that helps. Talk to you guys on the next video. Peace.